Would you say yes if I offered you $10,000 for one terrifying dare? No hints. Just answer yes or no, and don't regret it later. Let's see how brave you really are. Here are the rules. Rule 1. You have 5 seconds to answer. Rule 2. Once you say yes or no, you can't change your choice. Yes equals reward. No equals safe, but scared. Rule 3. Keep your score. How many times did you say yes? Would you say yes to holding a snake if you get $10,000? Would you say yes to spending a night in a haunted house if you win a luxury vacation? Would you say yes to skydiving if you receive a brand new car? Would you say yes to swimming with sharks if it means becoming a millionaire? Would you say yes to walking through a dark forest alone for a free world trip? Would you say yes to holding a tarantula if you get a diamond ring? Would you say yes to bungee jumping if it means meeting your favorite celebrity? Would you say yes to sleeping in a graveyard for one night if you earn $5,000? Would you say yes to facing your biggest fear if it means getting your dream job? Would you say yes to touching a snake's head if you get free rent for a year? Would you say yes to riding a roller coaster 10 times for free Disneyland tickets? Would you say yes to staying in a haunted hotel if you win a sports car? Would you say yes to holding a live spider if you get front row concert tickets? Would you say yes to walking across a suspension bridge if you win $1,000? Would you say yes to exploring an abandoned hospital if you earn a free vacation? Would you say yes to riding a helicopter in a storm if you win $10,000? Would you say yes to holding a scorpion if you get lifetime movie passes? Would you say yes to scuba diving in deep water if you receive $2,000? Would you say yes to staying in a dark room for 12 hours for a $5,000 prize? Would you say yes to climbing a tall mountain if you win a year of free travel? Would you say yes to letting a harmless snake crawl on your arm if you get $500? Yes to watching horror movies alone all night for $1,000? Would you say yes to camping in the woods with no light for a weekend trip? Would you say yes to facing a wild animal behind glass for a $5,000 check? Would you say yes to walking barefoot through mud for a shopping spree? Would you say yes to spending 2 hours in total darkness for $2,000? Would you say yes to standing on a tall building edge for $1,000? Would you say yes to entering a haunted maze for a free concert pass? Would you say yes to eating a spicy pepper challenge for $500? Would you say yes to sitting in a coffin for 10 minutes for $10,000? Would you say yes to holding a frog if it means getting free lunch for a month? Would you say yes to visiting a creepy abandoned school if you get $5,000? Would you say yes to riding a bull once if it means winning a car? Would you say yes to climbing a rock wall with no harness for $3,000? Would you say yes to swimming at night in the ocean for free travel vouchers? Would you say yes to going on a roller coaster blindfolded for a free theme park pass? Would you say yes to staying awake for 48 hours if you win $10,000? Would you say yes to visiting a horror house alone if you get free tickets for life? Would you say yes to walking through a cave of bats for $5,000? Would you say yes to standing in front of a clown for 10 minutes if you win $1,000? So, how many times did you say yes? Would you still be this brave if it was real? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. More yes or no coming every week. Comment your score and dare a friend to play next. You survived this round. But can you handle the next one?